It's the Caitlin
So there's a few cards here that are not embarrassing first picks. LED, Mind Twist, both totally fine. I think Bombardiers is a S tier first pick though. And the other two are not. A couple of options here. If we had taken the LED, we'd be on this breach and be pretty happy about ourselves. With the Bombardiers, I think we're just going to take the Ocelot Pride and look at some flavor of Boros aggro. Red and 6 is pretty good, though. Red and 6 would not be a crazy pickup. One of the cool things about being in red-green instead of Boros is that a lot of the cards that you're looking for tend to go late. Like Orcish Lumberjacks will just, like, wheel, whereas an Ocelot Pride will not. That sort of deal. Or an Athari or something. But Ocelot Pride was the best card in the pack, so just gonna grab it. Happy New Year to you too, Francis. Son of Picard coming through with the pet entry. No, Superman does good. You do well. I'm gonna take Path. It's a little early. It's not that early. Quality ass removal spell, hum. Little Fetcherooski here. I don't hate this member. Fetches are so important, though. Good mana is so important. Wow, this pack fucking sucks. Could take a Touch the Spirit Realm. Could grab Scrapwork, I guess. Could take Thornspire Verge in case we have to add green. So far, red's been looking like pretty light, which increases the chance that we'll have to add green at some point. Touch is pretty medium, in my opinion. A late Vamp Tutor, sort of. Like, you're right, but I'm like nowhere close to Mardu or whatever. Little Wandering Emperor, a little Yavimaya, a little some. You're not thrilled about any of it. Emperor is a combat trick. It's kind of decent sometimes. Some reasonable cards. I'm just going to grab the Savannah. Heartening to see some red cards. We'd seen a few completely dry of red. It was nice to see some there, even if we weren't that interested in them. I'm going to take a Malevolent Rumble over these cards. I think there's a good chance I'm playing green at this point. Rumble's pretty strong. Now we get to choose between Temple Garden and Nissa. We do already have a Savannah, but that doesn't mean that future duels are bad, right? I think I dig it. I think I dig the Temple Garden. Nice. We got a few good options here between the pre-war Formal Wear and the Sentinel. I think Formal Wear is the best with Bombardiers. So I'm just going to grab it. Cool. Yeah, this is the only white card in this pack, so it's good to see a mag. It certainly looks like red's going to be our splash color, but that could be very, very good, right? If we get a Johnny, if we get an Athari, if we get a Minskin Boo, like the gold cards are a big part of the appeal to playing red in these white aggro decks. Nice. If we end up with a Gaia's Cradle, I'm going to like that Reclaimer. Did I know that 2025 is the first year since 2024? I did not, Treskies. This is officially an educational stream. So this pick is between the Skull Clamp and the Gaia's Cradle. I think with the Reclaimer here, we can just take the Cradle. I don't think either of them should wheel. I would love to draw cards, but I love making a shitload of mana too. And Gaia's Cradle and Oddity just play very, very well together. Makes it so easy to flip. Looking at Parallax Wave and Spring Heart Nintuko. What if I just splash this Broadside? I think Broadside's good enough. It's like not a crazy splash. Let's take the Parallax Wave here. Looking at Fintorn Elves, a Braid, and Thraben Inspector. I think I might take the Elf. A little bit of that green acceleration. One of the cool things about green-white is that with white, you get to actually play removal, which green just does not have. So now all of a sudden you're a creature deck that also has disruption. Thinking about the Plateau, thinking about the Noble Hierarch too. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab the Plateau. Just gonna keep tending the mana. Ooh, hello Pyroglyph. Thinking about Eska's Chariot. We have a lot of 4s, but that doesn't mean I'm full, right? Exercise has been decent. It's been reasonable. Into Taiga, sure. So we have all of the original duels. I consider Deathrite. It is okay, Chronospasm. There's not going to be black mana in this deck, so it's just like a situational Birds of Paradise. Like, if you remove one of Deathrite's abilities, then it becomes, like, much less exciting, right? I'm gonna grab that Lumberjack. Lumberjack pairs really well with the Red and 6 that we passed early on for the Ocelot Pride. Bummer that we know that we're not going to get it, but it's still good in this deck. Still some nice acceleration. Yeah, I'd like to fill out the curve a little bit. Not a lot of it, but a little bit. Maybe cut the Wandering Emperor. Don't need that wheel. I want the Lantern too, but can't have everything. It'd just be nice to have some graveyard hate so we don't eat shit to reanimate her. I mean, I guess we have the Path and the Parallax Wave. Potentially answer a Chonker while we're beaten down. Currently we need, like, what, 8 playables? I think we'll be good. Still in pack 2 here. What up indeed. Hey, Artex 00, thanks for 96 months there. Hey, good evening. And thanks for the Happy New Year. You as well. Yeah, it would be sort of like adding comes to play tapped land in the mana base that in the late game turns into a 5/7. Not the worst. I do like that it's spinning a creature for the Pyroglyph too. I'm going to grab the Abrade though. The Noble Wheel. I think green might be open, folks. Lumberjack is now restricted now. I think I'm just going to grab Tarn here. A lot of really quality wheels for us. Between the FOMO, the Robert, and any of these red cards would be great. Green cards would be fine too. So the green cards have been coming back late. I kind of feel like if I take the Strip Mine, I can wheel a Titanium. Which would be juicy. If the Titania doesn't come back, though, I mean, Titania Lumberjack's really good. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it gives Reclaimer something to tutor up to. I'll grab a Bloodbraid Challenger. This card's pretty fucked up. So currently we need like 4 cards. And I wouldn't mind 5 to replace this Exercise. Or 6 to replace the Exercise and the Wandering Emperor. Wandering Emperor is not a bad Bloodbraid Cascade though, huh? Would I take non-color Mox over anything else in pack 3? So I would have taken a Black Lotus over non-color Mox. In this deck, I think a non-color Mox is likely better than Soul Ring. Just because we have all these color requirements, right? Hey, there's an Ajani. We're going to scoop that. I hope the Bombardment Wheels, really good with this Bombardiers, Ajani. Brilliant pickup. The Nantuku can flip it pretty quickly, too. There's a few reasonable cards here for us. The Pilgrim, the Commercial District, the Council's Judgment. The way that the green card's been wheeling, I think we can take the Commercial District and just wheel the Absence Pilgrim. I like having a Surveil land to be able to tutor up. I've got 2 fetches that can grab it, and the Reclaimer, right? Even more utility in the Reclaimer. Beautiful mana base here. That is a Crucible effect for Strip Mine. I don't know if I want it, but it is there. The issue with Crucible Strip is that it's just not very aggressive, right? Now you've got this, essentially a do-nothing in your deck. It does play well with a Lumberjack, though. I think what I'm going to do is grab that Metamorph instead. Metamorph's really good with Pyroglyph. It could be another way to flip a Johnny if I wanted to. Well, there's a little bit of Graveyard Hate, I'll scoop that. Is Delighted Halfling any good here? Sorta. House of the Wandering Emperor, I guess. I think I'm just going to grab the Flame Slash. Yeah, Tracker, Trumpeting Carnosaur, also options. Nice. Yeah, before I got the Ajani, I wasn't as high on the Bombardment, but Ajani plus Bombardment's basically Splinter Twin. And it's good with the Springheart Nantuku, Titania did wheel, love to see it. And then I don't care about any of this, right? I think the Curator is going to end up being a sideboard card, even though it's totally main deckable. And our mana is good enough for it. Thinking about cutting Fintorn Elves. I like our 5s. I like our 4s and our 5s. Oh, we got the Crucible option again. Versus another. I've kind of liked Blitz Guardian with Gaia's Cradle. It's nice in games where you're like mulliganing and you're low on resources. So you're like 4 damage to you, make 2 1/1s, draw a card. Now my Cradle taps for more. We'll probably end up getting cut here though, just because of space concerns. I think these cards are all reasonable. Am I crazy for not wanting Crucible in my aggro deck? Yeah, Safekeeper and Titania is a combo. We don't need it though. Like, we have plenty of other ways to have the Titania be solid. I want to trim the deck down to like what I think is essential, and then that'll help me re-add cards here as we figure out our last couple of slots. I kind of like having the Worm in there, because it's like one more thing for the Lumberjack to do on turn 2. Like, just turn 2, 5/5, bam, gotcha. You'd cut Crucible right away because it's slow and clunky. Yeah, that's my biggest issue with it too. Titania is like rebuying Strip, but also hitting the opponent, right? A little bit better. Would you consider boarding in the Crucible in the slower matchups? Or maybe versus like combo opponents when you want to cut stuff like Parallax Wave and Formal Wear. I could see boarding it in. I think Karyazev is a weaker card in this pool of stuff, so it's not going to be in here. Just on pure power concerns, this is not doing as much as literally any other card. The Mirror is where you absolutely do not want Crucible Stravins. Both decks applying pressure to each other. The Niagara Mirror. One cool thing about the Crucible is that it is quite good with the Orcish Lumberjack. Lumberjack like pays for it, and then you just always have fuel for it. I think I'm gonna run the Safekeeper. It's only busted with Titania, but it can get like pretty good otherwise. Breaking removal and such. Yeah, we know we have a lot to do with the Crucible Ziffa. Like, obviously I drafted it, and it's here in the consideration pile. But your comment that we have things to do with it doesn't address the concerns with it, right? That it's slow and clunky. It's not applying pressure. It's not helping us kill the opponent. We don't always have time for it. Those are the concerns. Not just eyeball gazing for synergies here. Trying to build the best deck possible. The one part of Crucible that's exciting is playing it off the Lumberjack and just always having Lumberjack fodder. The red and 6 would have been so much better for that, though, because red and 6 can be a red permanent for a Johnny and all that stuff. Can actually like play into our aggro plan. I think this is going to be too many for us, but I'll do a quick check. Yeah, this is like 11 green sources, not counting Cradle. For red, we probably want like at least 8, which is what we have. Nice. And it's probably the same for white. This is only 7 white, unless I miscounted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, that's 8, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay, but we don't need 11 green. So we just go up to 9 and 9, like cut all the forests. 9, 9, 9. I don't hate that. 9 of each color. A fair Reclaimer. I mean, the Reclaimer's getting Gaia's Cradle. First and primost. Wait, is this 8 green or is this 9 green or is this 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, that's 9. 2 of them come into play tapped, though. The Jetmir's Garden and the Commercial District. So there's only 7 untapped for the turn 1 dork. Bloom. If I don't bestow the Springheart Nantuku, then I actually generate more Gaia's Cradle mana. It's maybe better. Have 3 creatures right now instead of 2. What was the end result of the Cube for Charity event? We got smoked charity-wise, trophies-wise. Combined, both teams raised $43,000 for the charities we were playing for. The sluggishness from Magic Online has been pretty brutal. Well, none of these cards are doing anything. Kinda hate it. I could have gotten the Surveil land to try and hit land drops. Would have been crazy. Would have boosted up my Reclaimer. Give me another 1/1. God, imagine if I sold that Gaia's Cradle, huh? Real bummer to bin this one, but I do need land drops. I have seen better Flame Slashes. I think they should still be crewing the Copter. Super brutal turn for the opponent, yeah. Could deal them 6 here, put them to 8. Is that interesting? I don't think so. Annoying. Wait, they're attacking for 7? We have 7 on board? I don't think we trade here. Opponent's only at 9. Yeah. Saw a couple nice targets for exercise. Braid hits the same targets. How goes the Cuban? Pretty well. Wonder if I should have been the Ocelot Pride on the draw. Kept the other 5 drop. Am I gonna get to connect? Kind of looks like they're holding up Flash Containment Priest, doesn't it? Maybe I don't even attack. Hell yeah, Jake. I've got a good feeling about this Nyadak. Good luck at your meeting. Yeah, big same obligatory, Rory. So far, the biggest indicator the deck is going to trophy is if it has multiple pieces of power. More so than color combinations and stuff. Which is a little depressing, but expected, right? Hold the phone. So for Pyroglyph to deal 2 damage, I'd have to like sack a Pilgrim or something. Does this set the damage on resolution? Like if I play the Pyroglyph and then wait for it to resolve before sacking the Pilgrim to make it 2 powered. I guess I'm doing that. Yeah, I know it's equal to its power. I was checking the trigger, like some things check on triggering, some check on resolution. Alright, do I want to sack my Lumberjack and my Pilgrim to clear Containment Priest so the Ocelot Pride starts producing? Not like really, but maybe that's fine. It's a little aggro, right? Look, we sacked 2 1/1s, we killed a 2/2, and we generated another 1/1. I don't see the problem. Just see if they block first. Yeah, that's probably better. Just serve in with both. And then if they block, then you sack one of the 1/1s instead of both of them. Yeah, it's a lot better, huh? Fucking all of chat's chiming in, hey, well, Caleb, what about that first strike? Yeah, you can see how much fucking Boros I played in Modern, huh? They're at 5, and I have a bombardment with 4 creatures. Hasty creature chilling in my graveyard. Almost want to lead on the Jetmir's Garden. Yeah, Nantuko Goyf is sweet. Metamorphing it is sweet. It's a sweet one for sure. So we could Pilgrim plus Jetmir's Garden here, or we could Reclaim her up. A Gaia's Cradle. So many desks for researching. I suddenly have a strong desire to tutor up Strip Mine. Now the Springheart Nantuko is going to be kind of gross with this Thalia. It is legendary, but yeah, I've done this loop before, so I didn't have to think about it too hard. I didn't have to really muddle it out. And if the opponent does not play a land, you can always Strip Mine yourself. To generate another 2 5/3s. Just in case you don't have enough 5/3s. It kind of looks like I just had lethal, though, with Bombardiers. With them living at 3 life from the attack. I was just like hyper-focused on Springheart on Titania because it's a very cool thing to do. But, yeah, possible I should have just killed them, huh? Strip Cradle for Infinite? Really? So you'd need a landfall. You would need a Springheart and Nantuko on the stack. You strip the Cradle. It comes back into play. It gets the Gaia's Cradle, which gives you another landfall. You tap. So you'd have infinite green mana. And then I guess like you could end the loop. You would end the loop with, I don't know. Yeah, I like how chat's like not mad at me not just killing the opponent with Bombardiers. They're mad that I like missed the infinite 5/3 combo. The opponent playing Brain Freeze. I think I want Curator, and I think I want this so I have more Strip Mine recursion. We didn't really see much in the way of critters, right? I think we can cut Parallax Wave, which also means we can cut a Plains. Add 1 more Forest. I think Metamorph. Metamorph's at its best when the opponent's also playing critters. I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah. As explosive as a turn 1 Lumberjack is, this is definitely the matchup where the turn 1 Ocelot Pride hum. Gonna tutor up a Plateau, I think. Savannah gives you more forest for Lumberjack. Plateau could let you double red spell on too. Guess I'll grab the Savannah. If I really have to Flame Slash something next turn, I can run out the Reclaimer instead, I guess. Which means I wouldn't be turn 3ing the Oddity. Absolutely not Evil Baboon. Where'd you get that in your head? Fast mana is at its absolutely best. For one, like pretty much every deck wants to get off the ground running, right? But if you're pairing it with draw 7s, like we saw Wheel of Fortune last game, then you can do like turn 1 Mox Diamond, Chrome Mox, like you can throw away all the cards in the universe, and then you play your draw 7, you're like mulliganing the opponent, and then you're refueling all those cards, so everything that you've been doesn't matter anymore. If you have enough card draw, then like pitch cards get so much better. Yeah, Chrome Mox replaces a land. Mox Diamond replaces a spell. It's the general way to think about it. Put in D-Tutor in. Probably find some nefarious combo. Probably getting Breach combo together. Using the fetch here is going to make the Reclaimer attack for a little bit more damage. I've played Chrome Mox in all artifact decks before Van Wedge. Just a 0 mana artifact to buff up my Academy. Turn on my Mox Opal. 0 mana, do nothing. Still generates 2 mana if you've got an Academy and a Nurse in play, huh? Not bad for a blank Chrome Mox. Still sacks to Tinker. Hey, Medium Godzilla, thanks to Sobbing 69 months there. You just went 0-2 drop after losing to Natural Order and Short Intel before turn 4 games in a row. Yep. Sounds like Vintage Cube. Maybe I should have gotten the Surveil land. So this is not a bad turn 3. I don't know if y'all realized. Like, the opponent's probably winning turn 4 on the play, but this is a good turn 3. Should I snip this? It's good enough. And then you get like a red circle around the turn 3 there. Yeah, I assume the opponent can win here. They turn 4 on the play. They played a Demonic Tutor last turn. Be embarrassing if they just played a Sweeper and passed here. Me without an untapped land. And this Bombardiers and that Chariot. Just like, Tendrils is in their graveyard. They are indeed tanking. I mean, it's like do or die, right? So they gotta cobble something together. Counting to 10's pretty hard. I don't know if you ever played that Tendrils card. Sensei's Divining Top. Are we going to spin the top? We are. Hell yeah. Are we going to concede after looking at the top 3 cards of our library? Yeah, what they're looking for is like Black Lotus or LED or something, if they have those cards. Get something rolling. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. 2040, cruising along. Molesville. Yeah, I guess we keep this. Let's play a cat turn 1. Oh man. Well, we can MTGO the cat. Ooh. At a certain point, we can start copying the Ocelot Prides that I make from the Springheart Nantuku. Have people done this in Modern? Just throwing Springheart Nantukus on Ocelot Prides? Someone's got to have tried it. Surely it's been tried. Now both Prides are going to trigger him. It does have first strike. Yeah, very necessary ability for it to have. I don't think I pay this time. Which is maybe cowardice on my part. I have already done that once, Batman. Clearly I'm aware it's a thing. We already have the city's blessing. Oh, I'm not getting Ocelot tokens because I didn't make an Ocelot this turn. I see your point. I see. Fair enough. So Touch of the Spirit Realm can answer at 2020, which is kind of nice. As can Wandering Emperor, but it's very... It can be played around if they put you on it. I think I'm cutting a Braid. Just a little slow on the draw. I'm thinking about cutting the Pre-War Formal Wear. Exercise is a sorcery, so it's not a very good answer to a 2020. Because they can make it at your end of turn and they untap and kill you. Yeah, thinking about the Wandering Emperor... I think I'm going to bring in the Curator. We did see Recurring Nightmare. Yeah, I thought about cutting my 5-drop Worm for Wandering Emperor or maybe the Crucible. Hey, Workshop. Thanks to the sub. Thanks to 75 months there. Want to hear a bad cat joke? Just kidding. I see what you did there, Workshops. So this hand's missing a forest, obviously, but it does have some good tools. Oh, hey. Got some options here between turn 2 Chariot or and a Johnny or something. So I think what we're going to be doing now is just playing out the Ajani as our backup plan. Turn 2 Bloodbraid. Wouldn't be able to have turn 2 Bloodbraid off the Jetmir's Garden because it comes to play tapped. So without ripping the Wooded Foothills, if we untap with the Lumberjack, you play the Garden, you can sap it for 3, and then you tap this, you have 4 mana. It's enough for Chariot, but not a Challenger. Hell yeah. I think Broadside was the pack one, pick one, right? This deck is indeed gross, yeah. Hopefully we can put the Chariot next turn, and then the Ajani will be nugging for a lot more damage, I think Ajani is better than Oko in the cube. I think Ajani and Minsc and Boo are the two best walkers, and I think Ajani might be better than Minsc and Boo. Just by virtue of costing 2 less mana. No. Alright, fair enough. That's pretty good. Too bad there's not a red permanent to metamorph, Do I think Oko is third best? Yeah. Yeah, right? Yeah. Just a cube at aim. In Legacy, like, Oko's dominant, Ajani's not played. Might be an issue with Legacy. Yeah, we were going to sack our 2-1 and go get Gaia's Cradle and just be able to do whatever we wanted the next turn. And we had the reanimation angle cut off with the Parallax Wave. I get the scoop for sure. Filthy Naya.com. Kind of exactly what you're looking for with that that pack one, pick one that we had, The Goblin. The ult does not hit lands. It's pretty good. It's pretty good for a 2-mana walker, but